station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on your news at 6, a D.C. teen is killed in an early morning shooting. The latest as police investigate exactly what happened. Plus, a Loudoun County School Board member sues after being barred from attending meetings remotely. How the school board says they tried to accommodate and why her attorney says it wasn't enough. And the newest federal holiday is only 2 days away. We'll take a look at how Juneteenth is being celebrated across the DMV this weekend and what it could mean for your commute.
And the weather right now is quiet across the area. We'll talk about what to expect for tonight, temperatures as we head into your Sunday and beyond with my full 7-day forecast. Marielle.
Yeah, good evening and thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Marielle Carbone. Well, new tonight, a 14-year-old is dead after an early morning shooting in Southeast D.C. Police say it happened just before 1 a.m. on the 2600 block of Sheridan Road Southeast. Now, the boy was pronounced dead at the scene. He's been identified as Stefan Streves of Southeast D.C. A $25,000 reward is being offered to any tips that lead to an arrest in this case. And in Baltimore, at least 15 people are injured after an MTA bus crashed this morning. And 2 of those people are suffering from life-threatening injuries. Now, police say the bus hit 2 cars before crashing into a building. Baltimore police are still investigating the cause of this crash. And developing now in Prince George's County, police are investigating a fatal shooting in Capitol Heights. They say it happened around 11:30 last night near Addison Road South and Wilburn Drive. Now, police were called for a welfare check, and that's when they found a man who was shot. No word yet on a motive or suspects in this case. And multiple people are without a home tonight in D.C., and at least one person is in critical condition after a house fire in Northeast. D.C. Fire and EMS shared these photos and videos from the scene. It happened just after midnight on Blaine Street Northeast. Now, the fire started in a 2-story house and then extended to 2 nearby homes. 5 people have been displaced and a dog was killed in this fire. It took 100 firefighters to put out the flames. No word yet at this hour on what caused that fire. And a push to bring more long-distance flights to Reagan National is gaining some momentum. The Washington Post reports that an important Senate committee has a tentative deal to bring 4 new flights to the airport, but those efforts have received some strong pushback, including from a bipartisan group of politicians here in the DMV. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla has more from DCA.
The initial proposal was for between 14 and 28 new flights here at Reagan National. With this apparent compromise, any discussions will be held off for the next few weeks, but opponents of this plan say adding any new flights to Reagan National is the wrong move. A key reason for concern over this plan comes from an FAA memo, which says the additional flights would likely have a negative impact on passenger experience, meaning potentially more delays. All 4 senators in Maryland and Virginia raised concerns with the plan, including worries of the impact it could have on neighboring Dulles Airport, which traditionally handles the long-distance flights.
National Airport is bursting at its seams in terms of capacity. And the Commonwealth has invested literally billions upon billions to get Metro Rail to Dulles.
But Brian Walsh with the advocacy group Capital Access Alliance says adding 4 long-distance flights would be a start to an important change at DCA.
4 would be a step in the right direction, but from our perspective, it still falls well short of what's needed. The real reason there's some people are opposing this, and that's an unwillingness to have more competition.
There are also concerns from people living here in Northern Virginia that adding any number of flights will increase the noise that they hear from their homes. On the other side, people say adding these flights is crucial to making sure travelers have more options. Reporting at Gravelly Park, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
In our schools, Virginia's Board of Education is approving a new method for some school districts to hire teachers. The change would allow teachers in the classroom on a provisional license while they work towards a full license. It also allows teachers to earn that license through an online pathway called iTeach. Now, teachers must have a bachelor's degree and be teaching on a provisional license to be eligible for the program. The president of the company says this benefits people looking to change careers.
Individuals can engage at their time schedule, at their leisure. So if it's Saturday mornings or Tuesday nights, whenever they can log in to get the coursework done is when they can actually complete it. The total cost of our program is $3,050, and that includes all of our training. It includes test preparation. It also includes a video library access to the teaching channel.
Participating school districts must maintain their accreditation and provide a mentorship program for new teachers in order to use iTeach. Well, stretching your dollar this evening as Senate Republicans introduce their own plan to cut costs of college. Now, the package of bills would tackle the country's student loan crisis and hold schools accountable. The group wants students to know the true cost and value of their degree. One senator says their legislation also focuses on stopping schools from taking advantage of the high availability of federal loans.
It would force schools to bring down cost and to compete for students. What an idea.
The Education Department says student loan interest and payments are expected to pick back up in the fall. Well, happening now, a Loudoun County School Board member is suing the school district and her fellow board members. At-large member Denise Corbo says the board is violating ADA laws by not allowing her to participate remotely. Our Northern Virginia reporter Haley Milan has more on the impact on Loudoun residents.
Corbo is the only at-large member on the Loudoun County School Board, which means she represents all the citizens of Loudoun County. Today I spoke with her attorney, who says that while it's not a fact of this lawsuit, her not being allowed to participate in meetings effectively disenfranchises the people in the county. The suit filed in U.S. District Court this week states that Corbo's fellow board members denied her remote participation in board meetings 22 times so far in 2023. Fellow board members took issue with Corbo attending some public appearances in person, but not board meetings. Her attorney, Matt Hughes, says she suffers from Lyme disease and other autoimmune disorders. The board offered accommodations, including a plexiglass covering for her seat in the boardroom and a HEPA air filter located nearby. Hughes says Corbo's medical provider didn't approve of the accommodations and recommends continued virtual participation. Law requires employers make reasonable accommodations for disabilities if they're not unduly burdensome. Hughes says the board is violating that law and it's harmful to citizens.
Any elected official is not able to participate, vote, make their stance known. It's something that's, of course, very important to her as an elected official and very important to her constituents.
The district does not have any comment on this lawsuit per its policy on not commenting on ongoing litigation. In Chantilly, Haley Milan, DC News Now.
And Juneteenth is just 2 days away. The holiday, it commemorates the end of slavery when the last remaining enslaved people in Texas learned about their freedom more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was enacted in 1863. Now, groups are celebrating all across the DMV. In Virginia, Walk Arlington is hosting the Black Heritage Walk on Sunday to honor Juneteenth. That's at 1 p.m. at Towers Park. And in Maryland, the Extraordinary Investment Group has its third annual Black Business Expo Sunday. That's featuring more than 60 Black-owned businesses and begins at 11 a.m. at Veterans Plaza in Silver Spring. And here in D.C., a reparations rally is happening at the Sylvan Theater on the National Mall. That starts at noon on Sunday. Now, in the district, you can expect some road closures for some Juneteenth events. Today, D.C. police are closing off 17th Street between Good Hope Road and T Street Southeast. That's through 7 p.m., so just a little bit longer there. And on Monday, Vermont Avenue between T and U Streets Northwest will be closed for the Juneteenth Music Festival. That is between 6:30 a.m. and 11 p.m. Yeah, if you're out there for any of those Juneteenth events, it's been a pretty nice day, Scott, for all of these events and this weekend as well.
That's right. And Mariella, we'll have a forecast for Father's Day and Juneteenth the next couple of days. That's coming up in just a little bit. You can see here a little bit of a breeze here at the top of the mast of this boat moving back and forth. But you can see overall not too bad an afternoon here. Lots of folks in downtown Annapolis this afternoon enjoying the nice weather that we have out there. At least temperature-wise, it's been pretty good. And the temperature will continue, as you'll see here coming up. It will be pretty quiet and pretty common, I should say, for most of the area. A little bit of a breeze across the area. Wind gusts up to 26 miles an hour in D.C., 16 in Annapolis, 29 at Baltimore, 20 out towards Winchester's way. As a matter of fact, we'll take a look at that here with our satellite radar perspective. You can see now Winchester's area, the tops of the trees, a little bit breezy here, blowing around just a little bit, but overall not too bad an afternoon to start your weekend. And yes, tomorrow will be dry, but hazy sunshine will be seen across the area. We're not going to be able to get away from that. So as far as tonight's forecast is concerned, we're looking at those temperatures that are in the 80s now, dropping through the 60s, through the 70s and into the 60s by the midnight hour and thereafter under clear to mostly clear skies. And yes, we could use some of this water that you see here on the graphic, but we're really not going to see too much of that in the short term. However, rain chances will increase late in the week. We'll talk about that and show you the 7-day forecast. And the tropics, are they heating up as we are in the middle of June right now? I'll have a sneak peek at that as well.